actually not only our Muslim scientific or scholars, but they only not reserving their science for the science and science, but also they was reserving the knowledge and science for our religion. This kind of science have never happened in other religion before, like Christianity or Jews. They never, between the Jesus and her companion, there are maybe 300 years of gap between the person who translating or writing the message of Jesus, maybe more than 300 years. But in our Islam, every word the Prophet ﷺ wrote was written and scientifically authentic by the scholars and people. This kind of science also was not only for the pure science going on, but also for our religion. So both is going together, not only this one. Actually, I was having this point only for this.
There are some. Can you support? It's all right. It's. I believe everybody can hear me. Just seeing you talk. First of all, thank you very much for the interesting talk. And in the talk you said like zero was made by Arabs, but there are some Indians. They claim that it's made by. It was invented by Indians.
Which?
Zero. The number zero.
Seven. Oh yeah, zero.
Yeah, there are some Indians. They say it was invented by Indians. And how will you defend that?
So we'll divide the zero between us.
And the second question, which is, I believe, it's very important, because we are the nation of read, and as you said, the first verse that was actually inspired to the Prophet Muhammad was Jesus. But we are the nation of read that doesn't read. What happened to us with all of these achievements that our ancestors did?
Very important comment. Number one.
Number zero.
Question number one. We believe that the Muslims are the inventors or the adder of the zero in numbering, and we have the authentic reference for this. And any other one who claims that the zero is a Chinese invention or Indian invention or what, so what? He should bring the document and the authentic reference that he is the inventor of this invention.
What's the authentic reference you have for this?
We have a lot actually of authentic references in the writings of Khwarizmi and in the writing of Karhi, one of the major scholars in mathematics. And these are very old writings, actually, maybe more than 1,000 years. And we don't know any authentic reference in the Chinese or Indian civilization that precede the period of 1,000 years regarding the zero numbering. And it is an issue. We can discuss it in the, in the scientific debates regarding this issue, and we accept to give the credit to those who invented first. Number two is very important actually. Why we are not reading now, and what's behind this huge gap between the history and the present? And actually, I mentioned in the lecture when the Tatar invaded Baghdad, they took the books from Baghdad's library and threw the books into the river. And when Crusaders invaded Cordoba, they took the books and burned the books in the squares of Cordoba. When they invaded Tripoli, they did the same. It was a habit, it was a phenomenon to deprive this ummah from knowledge. Every enemy entered our countries, the first thing to do is to take the knowledge and burn this knowledge, or to get rid of this knowledge by any means. And the European armies who invaded our countries in the 19th and 20th centuries were more smart. They took what left from our books and history and took it to their countries and deprived us too from our knowledge. So we have to start from the scratch, start from zero. They deprived us from all of our books, and this causes a huge gap between the history of the Muslims and the present time of the Muslims. And let us imagine an enemy came to any country in the world, to Japan, to England, to United States, and took every book in the country and burned them. And the new generation has to start from zero. It's a very huge shock to this country. This is number one, this is the cause number one. Number two, the bad understanding of the Muslims to the word knowledge. Sometimes we understand the word knowledge that came in the Quran as the knowledge of religious sciences or divisions of knowledge only. Fiqh, Sharia, Aqidah, and so on. And we don't add to this concept understanding the science of medicine, geometry, geography, and every field of science. And this is very limited thinking and very limited way of understanding of our Islam. This is why I said the first important role in our mission is to understand our Islam. My grandfathers, our grandfathers understood Islam in this way, and they are clever and leader and top hero in every field of science in the world. This is why they were number one in the world. In this lecture, alhamdulillah, we put our hands on the tools and ways that a Muslim ummah can convert from a weak ummah into a powerful ummah. It starts with knowledge. We had a chance here in Japan. All of us, I think most of us, came to study, came to do research, came to grasp something from the knowledge of this country, and we have to convey the message to our countries. We have to rebuild our Muslim nation. We have to take the advantage as our grandfathers take the advantage of other civilization, and to reconvert our situation into a powerful situation by this science and this knowledge. So I invite everybody to come back after doing his research and after grasping the major achievements in each branch of science. Allah.